All right, take two. I'm back. Had some technical difficulties on the last live stream. For some reason, the chat wasn't coming through, so we're gonna see if me starting a new live stream fix that. See if the chat's back. You guys were all chatting, but I couldn't see the chat anymore. It was really strange. Um, close that one down. Just started this one. We'll see what happens. Uh, got one person in here, so um, we'll see if the chat works because I just had to start anew. So if you're just joining me, I just did like an hour and a half live stream and lost the chat. The chat just didn't show up. Hey, there it is. Good to see you, Daryl. You are the first chat I have seen in half an hour. And I was just live streaming for an hour and a half. Chat worked fine, and then it just vanished. So it's good to see that I can see a comment. Hopefully that continues. I have no idea what happened. It's also weird because I couldn't put in my location. Like typically when you fill out when you start a live stream, asks you where you are, and you could when you start typing it like pops into like where options of when you start spelling it, it comes up with like all the different options of what you. Anyways, that wasn't working. I couldn't put in my location either. Couldn't put my location of the live stream, but now the chat's back. That's cool. I lost the chat in the last live stream. Chat came back in this one. We'll see how long it lasts. That was really weird. I've never seen that happen before. It's time for a haircut too, man. It's starting to stick out the edges and shit. Ah, starting to look like a hippie. Yeah, I'm back. What's up, Alvis? Was just about to join the last live stream. Well, I'm glad you joined this one. You jumped into the correct one, sir. Yep, I'm back. Back again. How are things? Oh yeah, let's since this is a new live stream, trick or treat. Since this is a new live stream, I'll catch you guys up again on my last what have I been here about a week now? Um Maybe a little less, I think. I think actually about a week. Anyways, I got to Bombay Beach after driving over 1,000 miles from Oregon on a bad wheel hub and a bad axles, and barely made it. I don't think when I recently just replaced the bad side, which was the driver's side. The passenger side needs to be replaced, but it wasn't nearly as bad. But before I replaced it, I honestly don't think I could have made it to the store, which is about 20-minute drive up the highway, without my wheel coming off. I genuinely don't think it would have made it. So thankfully, I've got that shit fixed. Even going like 10 miles down the road, you could feel the shaking of the whole wheel just wobbling as I drove. um, you're in Oregon too, Shonda? That's cool. Where at in Oregon are you at? It's cold up there right now. I just left Oregon. It was 16 degrees when I woke up the other day. So yeah, share it. It helps. But now that I've gotten the shake fixed and my van's running much better, I still need to replace. I still need to replace the axle and the wheel hub of the other side. Um, but before I do that, I'm just trying to make it to Quartzsite. I'm trying to get to Quartzsite because I got work there, and Alicia's on her way from the East Coast, and it's about 2 hours away. Um, so I'm just hoping to get the gas money up to get out there. It's in California. I want to say it's like $80 for a tank of gas, which would be pretty sick. But it's also Veterans Day, so if anyone wants to buy me a Veterans Day meal, that would be cool. I did get a $25 donation from Shonda on the last live stream, so got to give credit where it's due. Thank you so much. And then another $10 super chat that I'll be able to collect next month. Dan. Okay, I always fuck this up. I don't know if that's Danielle or Daniel. I think it's Danielle. That's Danielle, isn't it? I should know this. It's Daniel. I don't know. Hello, welcome to the live stream. I don't mean to butcher your name. I'm sure it's happened to you a bunch. It happens to me too. My name's so simple. It's fucking Zig. But I have a dog named Zag, and people call me Zag all the time. Or people call her Zig. And, like yesterday, this dude kept calling me Zag, and I'm like, that's my dog. Yep, that's my dog, Zag. Yeah, hit that like button for Zig. That's right, Sean. I appreciate you. I wish I could send more. I think that I'm gonna, Shonda. I think I'm gonna use that money for my Veterans Day meal, and I'll be able to tip my waitress pretty decently. Because the meal here at the restaurant, it's that. Sorry, the meals here at the restaurant are less than $20, and so I could throw in a good tip to the wait staff here is awesome. They're cool as hell. But Um, I love how I wasn't sure if that was Daniel or Danielle, and they just put it's Daniel or Danielle. I'm not sure. That's funny. I don't know if you meant to be that hilarious, but that's fucking funny. Hmm. I'm gonna assume that it's Daniel. I'm gonna just call you Daniel. You could be Daniel in my chat. I hope that doesn't mind. Everything costs so much nowadays. Yeah, that's true. Everything does cost a lot, and our money's not going as far. I honestly think it's the value of the dollar more than it's the price of things going up. I think the value of the dollar is just tanking. Like it's not good, guys. It's not looking good. And I don't want to get too much into politics, but we've just had an exhaustive. Honestly, like I'm just so fucking exhausted from all of it. Last like 8 to 12 years has just been exhausting. Politically, I just wish we could all get along. I just wish we could all get along. Like, if our economy is tanking, the last thing we need is to forget that we're all Americans going through it together. Like, we're all on this roller coaster together, regardless of your politics or your color or your fucking religion, your gender. Like, we're all just doing our best, you guys, and we're all on this roller coaster together. And the more we talk about being united, the better, instead of being divided. And everyone just doesn't do that. No one knows how to disagree appropriately anymore. I've seen it recently, which is why I might be on this because of the election and all that. But nobody knows how to disagree like grown-ups. Like we're fucking adults, and no one knows how to act like it. San Antonio, Texas here. Hell yeah. Texas is all right. Be cooler if y'all would legalize weed. I can't believe Florida voted it down again. What the fuck? Okay, we're going to talk about the election, but we're not talking about the bullshit. We're going to talk about weed. We're going to talk about the important stuff. The stuff that actually affects us. Because I'm sorry, whatever fucking puppeteer douchebag is in the fucking White House or douchebag girl, douchebagette is not gonna have anything to do with, like, it doesn't really. They ain't paying my fucking bills, dude. They ain't buying me groceries. I don't give a shit about them. But what I do give a shit about is still states putting people in jail for this. That's disgusting. We are supposed to be in a free society, a free nation, but I just cannot understand how. I do kind of understand it because it's an old-fashioned idea about weed and stuff being this or that. Both Dakotas voted it down. Darren said North Dakota voted no too. Um, and it's just like kind of infuriating that there are still people out there that want to use the government to put you in jail, put you in handcuffs, and take away your freedom and put you in a literal box. I've been in these boxes before, a little stainless steel toilet. It's humiliating. They fucking strip search you. If they want to cavity search you, they fucking will. So they could fucking sodomize you and then put you in a cell for what? For a plant? You're not hurting anybody. You've created zero victims, and there are still people out there who think, yeah, we need to take those people's freedoms away. Well, you know what else we could do? We could call them felons, and they won't be able to own a gun. And you know what? They can't vote anymore either. Why don't we want them to own a gun or vote? Oh, because those are the two ways you influence government. You vote, and you can own a gun. If your vote fucking stops working, the gun will fucking work. But they take both of those away from people for pot. Oh, yeah, the Dakotas, Florida, like I'm so disappointed. And this isn't speaking into any of you directly, but if you did vote no on this, like, what? Or you? Hopefully it's hopefully it's because of the tax structure in that state or something like that. But if you're voting no because you want people to go to jail for pot, like you are a I got some terrible things to say about you. And if this wasn't going to the internet, I'd say it. I infuriates me, dude, to use the government to do that. Like, what in the fuck is wrong with you? Like, are you in? Ugh. The government should be used. There's certain things we send police for. You know what I mean? There are certain things. Yeah, no, I know. Like Daniel says, does I don't know what the fuck. I'm gonna just call you D. D says does not stop me. Have weed all the time, and I know you live in Texas. Yeah, and I was raised in North Carolina. I went to jail for weed too. Um, so I remember what it's like. It never stopped me either, but it did make me nervous when I'm around fucking police or whatever. Like I have to worry about losing my freedom. And a lot of places it's not really heavily enforced, but some places it is. Idaho terrifies me, scares the shit out of me. They'll fucking take your kids. You know what I mean? Take your fucking children away for pot. When here in legal states you have safe access. You don't have to go to some weirdo's house who sells weed, and put up with somebody you don't like to go get your weed because it's illegal. We could just go to the store, bro, and they have like, it's everywhere. That multiple different strains. We have safe access. We know what we're getting, whether it's an indica, a sativa. We know what strain it is. We know what farm it was grown on. We know what chemicals they did or did not put into it. We know when it was harvested. It's gone to a lab and been tested for THC levels and terpenes. Like we get informative safe access. Whereas in other states, you just get what your guy gets. You know what I mean? And they might tell you it's this or that, but do you really know? Not really. Like you don't know. I mean, that's honestly, I'm still buying weed like that in California, but only because there's not a dispensary nearby. But I don't know what I got. I have no idea what I got. And look how they gave it to me. This is so ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Why did this happen? But and yeah, it's true. In some states, someone just pointed out that weed and it's kind of expensive at the dispensaries, and that's true in some places. But it's uh, still like you're still not gonna lock people up for having a personal amount of weed. Hey, come here. You know what I mean? Like we gotta get over this 1930s propaganda hump about cannabis, you guys. It's time. The knowledge is there. Like we fucking know better. We know better. The information is out there. Ah, it got me on a rant. Critter says you wouldn't believe how many people that I know that will drive completely around the state of Indiana, Illinois, and Michigan is a long trip. That's me. I did that. We drove through Ohio instead of Indiana because Indiana scares me too. Bobby Jr. will legalize it. Dude, they keep saying that. They all keep saying that. Zach, come here. Literally every president for the last 3 elections has promised to legalize weed, and guess what? Still illegal. Biden tried, didn't work. Trump said he would, didn't. Um, Even Obama ran on that as a campaign promise. It's not happening. It reminds me of the high school elections. Like when Trump on Joe Rogan said that nobody would pay taxes, I cracked up. Like it's like the high school elections when they said that you would get pizza every day for lunch. Hey, come here. Up here. Rasta Billy says thank you for your service. Hope all is good. Things are going well, dude. I fixed the van. Ain't got no shake in it no more. I'm pretty stoked about that. Shonda said that's why I decided to grow my own. See, we should be able to. You should fucking be able to. In some states, you're going to prison for that. Like prison time for manufacturing. Like that's so ridiculous. Thanks. Like, honestly, that literally embarrasses me. Embarrasses me. We're still locking people up for that. We're also like a good. We should be a good example for the world because there's places in the world like that are much worse punishments for weed than what we give to people. But what we give to people is still pretty bad. And we should be an example. You know, we are the greatest nation in history, and we should be a better example than what we're doing. And some states are trying to do it. Some of them have had rocky starts. Some of them have had smooth sailing. If these states that are still illegal would just copy those states, you would get billions, billions of dollars in tax money that's currently not going towards, Americans. When drugs are imported and stuff, it's going towards the black market. You know what I mean? It's not going towards infrastructure, which a lot of states are using the billions of dollars they're making in the cannabis market towards education, towards roads, towards better piping for sewers and better power grid systems. Like, why would you people not want this? I know most of you, obviously, like, we're all like minded as far as cannabis goes, but I'm literally preaching to the choir right now, but hopefully I'm getting through to someone because we're better than this. To get my medical, I had to get rid of guns. Yeah, that is actually something, um, because it's illegal federally and it's a Schedule 1. When you fill out your federal form to get a gun, it asks that question. I think it's question 6, I believe. That's like, do you use any illegal drugs? And in parentheses, it says, including cannabis. And if you lie on that, you're going to get in trouble. If you are honest on that, you lose your right to own a gun. And that is true. We need to stop this. We are taking people's rights away from them because they have a medical prescription for cannabis. This is, but alcoholics can carry someone, Sean, to put, yeah, exactly. Exactly. I could literally go to the store right now with $20. Shonda kicked me down $25 earlier. I could use that money on Veterans Day, go to the store, and buy enough liquor to kill myself. Nobody would bat an eye that I'm buying that much. But I am. Some states you can't buy weed at all. In the states that you can buy weed, you're even limited on how much you can buy. Like, there's not enough weed in California for me to smoke enough of it to die. But for $20, I could OD on a different drug, and no one cares. It just doesn't make sense to me. They would jump out of helicopters on us in the 70s. Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. We literally declared war on U.S. citizens. That's insane. What? And everyone was like, "Yay, good, yeah, huh, yeah." Like, what the? You, that doesn't even. I don't even. My brain can't even comprehend how that would make sense to anybody to declare war on your own people, um, over drugs, like over a victimless crime. You know what I mean? Like, and then you just get to throw whatever you want into that. What if they had said bacon was a drug, right? Like, bacon is a drug. Can't eat bacon. Um, that makes as much sense to me. It doesn't. There is none. Yeah, dude, I did air assault school when I was in the military, which is air assault school, for those who don't know, is when you do sling load, which is when you're attaching loads to helicopters to carry, or when you're also, we learn how to rappel out of helicopters too. So I went to air assault when I was in the army, and we're not training to go down there and rescue cats out of fucking trees. You know what I mean? We're not training to put out fires, when we're not training to handle car accidents. We are training to kill people, to do combat, to do war, to be warriors. And we're doing that on US soil like the cops are. Why were we cool with that? And why is it still happening? It's 2024. 100 years ago, a little bit more than 100, or a little bit less, sorry, than 100 years ago, that movie fucking Reefer Madness came out, and everyone took that to be gospel, dude. They thought weed was like the devil, and you're gonna be jumping out of windows and fucking shooting each other because you smoked a joint. And we know better now, but for some reason that propaganda stuck around for 100 years and in some areas still exists. And I just don't understand. Yep, for a plant. Yeah, it infuriates me. So yeah, that the whole thing that started this rant was Florida just voted it down. The Dakotas voted it down, and I don't understand why. I don't. Typically, I do look into the law that they wrote, like the actual law that was written for that state, and find out more about it. And I haven't really stayed up on it. I didn't even know which states were voting until like the day after the election when I looked it up. Like, oh yeah, there were some states voting on weed. And then I found out they voted down, and I was like, come on. I know Florida's just got a lot of boomers, and they're kind of set in their ways. Did I just get a Cash App? My phone just buzzed a little bit. No, no. No, it was Cash App telling me like you could invest money into Bitcoin, and just a fucking ad. I'm glad my sons finally got out. Was he in jail for weed, Shonda? Or were you talking about out of the military? Because it is Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to the veterans in the chat. If there is any veterans in the chat, please speak up. I want you to also be thanked and tell me what years you served. Tell me what branch. Tell me what your job was. We could chat military. That shit's fun. For me, I was Army. I was 11 Bravo, so infantry. I was 79 Tango, which is a recruiter, and then I was 19 Kilo, which is a tanker. So I had 3 different jobs while I was in. I also went to air assault school, and I was in from 2007 to 2014, deployed to Iraq in 2010 for Operation Iraqi Freedom 10, and then Operation New Dawn 10 and 11. And then, yeah, did convoy escort over there, in QRF, quick response force. And then was over there for way too long, came home, got divorced, and then deployed again. I went to Oman, which is a country near Saudi Arabia. It was beautiful. Oman was a beautiful country. And we trained their military for a while, and really got to know like a Middle Eastern culture that we weren't at war with. So that was kind of cool, but it was still a combat zone. Oh, dude, there's a, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a Tesla out there doing cookies on the playa. Oh, missed it. I'll be honest with you, I was really hoping he'd get stuck. I've seen some Teslas get stuck out here. And then this other car just hauled like ass to go. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, I've seen some Teslas get stuck out here. That shit's funny. Did I just lose my chat again? I think I just lost my chat again. I really hope I didn't lose my chat again. This is weird. Because suddenly the chat stopped. Last thing I see is I'm glad my sons finally got out. And I just showed the Tesla. No one's talking about it. I think I lost my chat again. It's looking like I did. Still not seeing anything. That's so weird. It happened on the last live stream too. I was an hour and a half into it and the chat just stopped working. I'm gonna have to like open a report or something. I don't know what's going on. I don't get it. What does these buttons do? Yeah, I lost the chat. I see you, Darren. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. I've got great signal. I'm getting great signal. I think that YouTube's having some issues today, to be honest with you. I think because when I was trying to build this live stream and the last one, it wouldn't let me put in my location. My chat's disappearing. I think YouTube's having some issues. I don't think it's on my end. We've now started a new whole ass new live stream, and it happened again. This time 25 minutes into it. But I mean, I'll hang out with you guys for another 5 minutes, and then I think I'm just gonna call it. That'd be 2 hours of live streaming, anyways. But um, that's disappointing. I like chatting with you guys. I want to see your comments. I'm wondering once these videos post. I'm gonna go look at the live chat because you can look at the live chat later. I don't know how to do it on like a TV or whatever, but on your phone, if you go to the live stream and then you can see that the chat is under there. Don't full screen it. Just leave it, half screen, and then the chat's under there, and you can swipe the chat over, and there it'll say live chat, and you tap on that, and then you can see the chat. You know, if you're watching this after the fact. And I'm curious if the chat makes it to the post, when it does post, because when I stop the live stream, it spends a while uploading the video, and then it automatically goes live. And if you go to my channel and you go to live, you can see all my live streams over the years. Um, so you can watch them later if you'd like to. It'd be a good way to get to know me a little better. But you can also see the live chat to get to know everybody else also. So I'm curious if the chat makes it, because I'd like to see what y'all are talking about, but I'm still not getting any more. So fucking come on, YouTube. It's Veterans Day. I'm trying to get a meal and some gas money, but I did get a meal. I got my Veterans Day meal courtesy of Shonda. I appreciate that very much. I'm very, very grateful for you. That was pretty cool. Um, But I'm kind of disappointed I can't see the chat anymore. That sucks. You guys are great. I got the greatest fucking dude. I really think I do. And even though our group is smaller than a lot of channels, I think it's tighter. Like, I appreciate you guys very much. Um, my YouTube experience is bettered because of you guys. I get so many just random comments on my channel that I really prefer to. I like getting to know the ones that are like in it, since the beginning. A lot of you I've been talking to since for years now. I've been doing this for so long. Um, yeah, but kind of bummed out about the chat. That's the lame sauce. YouTube's got to do better than this. I'm sure you guys are like giving me life altering advice in the channel, or like, hey dude, if you fucking pet your dog, I'll give you 10 grand, and I can't even see it, so I wouldn't even know that that's what you wanted me to do. Um, but I'm sure whatever's going on in the chat is a good time. Hopefully you guys are having a party without me. Super weird to live stream like this, by the way. And my joints falling apart because I don't know how to roll joints right. I should get a rolling machine. Then my joints would be beautiful. They don't look like dolphins, like jumping out of water. All right, you guys got me for another minute. So I'm gonna do all my plugs real quick. I did film my. I've mentioned this a couple times, but I did film my drive on the way down. I did film my drive on the way down, but I didn't really like the footage I got because my van wasn't driving right, and I just hauled ass to get down there. So I'm gonna do some more filming and add some more to that video before I post it. I just want to make it better. I don't really like how it turned out, so it needs a little bit more flair. And then I'm gonna boogie on to Courtside. I'm hoping to leave in the next couple of days. It would be great if I could get the gas money for that together. But happy Veterans Day, you guys, to everyone out there. I appreciate y'all watching. I'm sorry that I lost the damn live stream. The chat, that's weird. I'm pretty sure that's a YouTube issue, but Zach appreciates you guys too. She's just chilling next to me, and maybe the next time I live stream, it'll be either on the drive to Courtside or from Courtside. So, as always, miles and smiles.